What's up, Tube? Welcome back to Guido's Chop Shop, the second best gel blaster channel on the tubes. And today we have back on the desk the Golden Eagle 4.3 hi-cappa. But what we're going to be looking at, if you saw me review this bad boy, you would have seen that I was not particularly happy with the tension of the spring in this magazine, and that is because it's way too stiff. What we have here is the double bell hi-cappa magazine, and it does go into here and function relatively well, albeit with a much softer spring. There is a couple of little minor things that I am gonna have to fix up though to get it to operate really smoothly. Like, it does operate, and it is much better than the stock mag. So what I'm just going to zoom in and show you some of the differences in the mags. Alright, so I mean, first of all, you can see that the spring on this one is noticeably softer. It's not as soft as the TTI, but it is a lot softer. The second noticeable thing here is you'll see the big gaps around this slide catch piece here are not there on the double bell. So I think you'll feed gels a lot nicer in this one than you will in this one, because it's not going to break them and push them out the side of this hole. However, that in itself does represent a little bit of a problem. Let me just pop the catch out here. Now, if you watch the video, I can't even remember if I made a video or if everyone else made videos. With the TTI, you could trim a little bit off of the back of this slide catch to make it operate a bit better. Let me just show you here. If you put this in here, there is a detent just there, which actually goes all the way through. It also acts as the detent on your thumb safety there. Now, with the standard magazine in there, it's pretty tight still, but you can see that for the most part of it, if I push it down, it pops back up again in order to catch this notch on the slide when it comes back. When the magazine is empty, it pushes that up, it catches that. Now, having the really heavy spring in there certainly helps that, because the spring pushes that up. When we swap to a mag that's got a softer spring, like the double bell, we might find, because that spring's a bit softer, it doesn't have the power required to push that lock back up. So you'll find that your slide doesn't lock back on empty. If you engage this thumb safety here so that the spring has less tension on it, you can see that the slide catch gets pushed up by the spring in the prescribed manner, and that would work because there's less tension here. So what we did on the TTI was to Dremel just a little touch off the back of that so that the detent isn't putting as much pressure on that. There is another issue. When you look at these double bell mags versus the standard mag, you see the standard mag has this little notch that goes all the way up to the feed lip. The double bell mag does not have that notch. And there's a little piece just here. See that? There is just a little piece here that goes into that notch. I don't see what point that serves. I don't think it serves any real point, because this is the piece that pushes the on the follower to catch the slide. So this bit, I'm not really sure what that's about. So I'm just going to file that off, because the double bell mags don't have that slot for that to slide in. So what happens is that little nipple actually gets caught inside that slide, and then when you eject the mag, it can actually hang up on that little nipple. So I'm just going to Dremel that off and Dremel a little bit off here, and then we should be good to go. For what it's worth, it does operate without doing this. This is just to make it, just nice. Alright, so I'm just going to Dremel this little piece off here. And I'll take a little bit off of this bit, just down in here. And I'll probably whack a little bit of black paint on there or something, just to make it, so it doesn't look all scuffed up. Not that you see it, but I like doing that anyway. Alright, so I've got that painted up a bit now. I just put some black marker on it. So that looks all good as new. You can't even tell that it's been modified. Just a little bit off the back there and a little bit off that little nipple that stuck out. Double bell mag in there now. Let's see. Locks back. Mag comes out without unlocking the slide. Goes back in. Release. Locks back. Beautiful. Alright, let's try this with some gels in it. I've just loaded this double bell mag up with gels. I don't know if you can see, but the follower cups the gels quite nicely. Doesn't look like it's trying to destroy them, whereas the follower and the standard mags was pretty rubbish. I don't know, it just seemed to squash the gels rather than cup them and follow them. Alright, I'm going to load this in, and then we're going to go to the chrono. Alright, now back to the chrono. Incidentally, we're not looking for big numbers here. We know what it does. We're just looking for consistency and no misfeeds or stuff like that, I think I'm actually hitting the bottom of the chrono there. There we go. Alright, slide lock back, gels fed mostly without any issues. Obviously I think we did get one or two break, and I am getting a bit of splashback through the chrono because I'm shooting into a box and they rebound back through the chrono sometimes. Alright, so there we have it. Double bell mags, much better than the standard mag. Incidentally, you could potentially get a softer spring for this mag and it would essentially do the same job. I have heard of people cutting coils off of this to make it softer. Yeah, that's one potential solution. It's just kind of like a bit of a band-aid though. It doesn't solve the problem. It just sort of, yeah, not I mean, I've cut springs before, and generally I find, even with the stiffest springs, you cut them, by the time you cut them to the softness that you want for gel, the spring's then too short. I'll just mention that I actually had to add a little bit of a blob onto this um, slide catch because the double bell mags are the thing that catches this little slide catch is very thin, and I found that if the mag moved a little bit inside the blaster, if it was like sitting a little bit that way to the right there, this would actually slip off of the release, so it wouldn't lock back. And so I just added a little. I literally just touched a blob of solder onto the bottom there and filed it into shape so that it will catch on that, but not jam up inside there like the standard nipple that was on the catch originally. A nipple was actually jamming inside there, and then what would happen is when you would drop your mag out, it would actually hook up on there, and then it would pull the slide release down, release the slide, and potentially mar up this. But yeah, so basically a little bit of a file here, bit of a file here, and a little blob of solder there, and we are good to go for the double bell mags, and they feed and fire a heck of a lot better than the standard Golden Eagle mags. So there you go. If you are looking for mag replacements for your GE, I would probably recommend the double bell ones because they're just a lot nicer, and they feed better, the spring's better, the lips are better, the follower's better. They're all around a better mag. Either way, thanks for watching. I will catch you later. Peace.